Now, today's video is going to be one that I was supposed to do ages ago. And it's something a lot of people do ask about on the channel because they see me using them during calving season, and that is cameras, calving cameras in particular. And I've been asked a lot of questions about security cameras and farm security and things like that. So back some time ago, I arranged with Stephen's from SR Security to get him actually to come out someday when he gets a free chance and do a little bit of a video on different bits and pieces of options you can get when it comes to calving cameras, business security, farm security, all that kind of stuff, and all the different bits of equipment you can get for that. Now, this video is not sponsored in any shape or form. There's nothing there to be sponsored. The cameras I've in are in a long time now. It's purely me asking Stephen to come out and do this for your benefit. A lot of the videos I show on my channel, I'm trying to show things that I find people are interested in. So these cameras are definitely one of those items. I get asked numerous questions over and over again about the camera systems that I use. I think they're a phenomenal bit of kit to have on a farm. There's no replacement for a good camera system, a good security system in your yard. So I've asked Stephen, I've asked him since last March to take a day and come out. Those couple of days suited him, other days didn't suit me, but we tried to pin it down to a certain day that he could come out and set up as many cameras as he could get in the back of the van to show you kind of a variety of what can be got. Stephen went to school with me, so I know him a long time. He does a world of work around my area. He covers a big area. He's a good man to have. He has a world of knowledge on cameras, and that's why I wanted him specifically to do this video rather than me talking about the cameras myself, because he really knows what he's talking about. So tomorrow morning Stephen will be here and we'll pick it up then. So I'm here just having a chat with Stephen, and we're just trying to figure out where we're going to start off. So I suppose, Stephen, the first thing we're going to probably talk about, and this is Stephen here from SR Security, we're going to start off with the basics. Someone that has an out farm, has no internet coverage, that seems to get asked an awful lot. What kind of package can to start off with, Stephen?
Yeah, so any farmer that has no internet or has an out farm, basically it's set up a standalone system. So basically we provide the internet, you throw a SIM card into it, €20 a month, pay as you go. So if cows is only calving for a month, 2 months, that's all you have to top it up for.
Okay.
The 15x zoom and a 25x zoom and the PTZ, they're the most popular.
We have, that's the one we have, Stephen, is it?
Yeah, that's the one you use.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. I've also got in these mini PTZs now, which is 4x zoom, built-in audio and two-way talking as well, so you can communicate if you want to go over and back.
You can tell the cow to hurry up.
Well, hopefully, yeah, get it out quick.
And all this works handy, yeah.
That's those. So that's the standalone system. Then you've got the point-to-point. You'd always see me on the Facebook maybe saying P2P.
Yeah.
So basically, if you have a house here, transmitter, say the farm, that's the receiver. Receiver goes into the panel talks to the cameras.
Yeah. At the beginning, we first put in a camera system. We were working off a SIM card, which worked great. But then we wanted to extend what we had. And then we set up this system here that Stephen just told you about. So we were able to drive a line from our out farm to where we are now and work at all of the Wi-Fi in the house, which is great. It's great when you're able to do that. And what distance would we be talking, Stephen, on them there?
Anywhere up to 10 kilometres once you've clear line of sight.
Clear line of sight, 10 kilometres.
Again, you can go bigger again.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get stuck either way. So say if you're going to do farm security perhaps. So even there, this year if you only done your calving cameras, next year, very simple, you can add a recorder into the house.
Yeah.
Again, with your links, that'll pick up any cameras you have out in your farm, talks back. And these are the new colour view cameras, which yourself, you have them made.
I have a few of those, yeah.
They've got smart notifications on them as well, so at night these two lights will light up. This is just a dome, smaller version, very same as it.
Yeah.
Basically, they're a good system. All cameras come with 3-year warranty.
Okay.
Which is coming from the manufacturers themselves, so which is ideal.
I don't want to show all my security for obvious reasons. We know all about that. We have a few of those coloured night vision cameras and they are superb. They are literally superb. Having that bit of colour and the light that comes of these here, it just lights up the yard and it just makes everything much clearer. So you see who's in your yard, you have a much clearer picture. So Stephen's just going to do a little bit of a demo on the movement. Now you have an app on your phone. You have the Hikvision app. I've used that app on the first system that we did in, and now we've upgraded a few of our cameras and we're still able to use the one app to control everything.
There's the zoom on it. I'll just zoom into your tab there.
So I'm in the way.
Yeah, you're in the way.
I'm in the way again. Yeah, there we are.
Again,
so
the height's only for demonstration purposes. It's not full height at all. The camera, it's only maybe 2 meters off the ground, but
yeah,
it'll give you.
I'm in the way again.
Yeah, it'll give you an indication of what it can do. So
yeah.
Again, if you have it in a pen, it'll do the full 360 round and round.
Yeah.
You can follow your car around the pen and in and around.
One thing I liked about that, now you see folks, our PTZ is up there on top of that roof. We've one away in the out farm as well, and I can turn that around. If you position it in the right place, I can actually look into that shed. I've said it before, night time, night vision, and I can read the small print on the tags of the cattle. So it's clear. It's as clear as you're going to get. Is it a hairdryer or what is that, Stephen?
No,
never seen that before.
This is a stronger router for your Wi-Fi, so for your standalone system. So if that wasn't doing the job, if you're in bad coverage in an area,
yeah.
I know around Calving coverage isn't great in places.
No,
so
definitely not.
this basically will give you a higher gain on your network, and basically the SIM card comes in there, and then we run a cable back to the panel. Away we go again. So they're very
like
reliable.
a booster.
Yeah,
it's like a booster basically.
Yeah.
And where would you mount that now? Where would you mount that on the roof? Or
Yeah, I'd
on the
put it
mouth?
on a pole up on the roof to get the highest point you can, and then look for your mast, and away you go. So
that's super. I've never seen that before.
yeah, they're new ones. So.
And what are they actually called, Stephen?
They're micro-tech, so they're just
Micro-tech.
basically a Wi-Fi router, really. That's all. Yeah.
So Stephen, very wrong you today. Never had cameras before, and I said, right, I want to get an install of a Calving camera. What would you suggest, and what would you recommend, or how would it be done?
Yeah, first of all, I'd ask what county you're from.
Well, it's a good old Calving.
No, you can't be Calving. Obviously, have you internet at the house? If you do, we go point to point. If not, we go standalone with the Wi-Fi router. So what you'd get then is it all comes with a fully waterproof panel, which is you go to a lot of jobs where stuff would be sitting up on the timber and they wouldn't be waterproof at all.
Yeah.
So all I need from the farmer or the customer is a socket.
Okay.
So
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint's all I need, and it all comes with pre-built. You have a 4-way PoE switch, so future-proof, and if you wanted another couple of cameras down the line,
you can add to it.
You can keep adding to it very easy, and if you wanted more, again, put in a bigger switch, and away you go.
Okay, so it's always upgradable.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about the IP cameras. You can keep going, you can keep bouncing. Same here at we came from your house to the first part, then we bounced again up to the top shed.
Yes, yeah.
And then we also went from there then over to your out farm.
In a basic place like where I am here with PowerPoint, 2 Calvin pens here side by side, how long roughly would an install take?
Look at between 2 to 3 hours.
2 or 3 hours, and I'd be up and running.
All going well.
And this system here, that'd be included having it on your phone as well?
Yeah, a phone, tablets, laptop. If you want it onto a TV, you'd have to add in a recorder.
Alright, so if you want to record whatever's happening,
Again, if you had a shed, you could do your Calving camera and maybe put a security camera watching your entrance and your gate.
Yeah.
And that's how you get that onto your TV then as well.
And Stephen, then obviously when you have the app on the phone, you're covered everywhere, no matter where you are in the world.
You can go way down to Kerry or go way off to America, no bother at all. Once you have your internet going, all work, you can view it from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And also up to 20 users can go on it at the one time as well.
20 users at the one time?
No bother, yeah, and the app is free.
Stephen does an awful lot more than just Calving cameras. Our farm here, it's all kitted out with cameras. We haven't done it over a few months or a year. We've done it over a few years. We had a theft here back quite a number of years ago, and I never forgot it. And since then I've been building up the cameras, kind of upgrading all the time, trying to get as clear a picture as we can of what's happening in the yard at all times. So if I'm away, I have a reassurance that I can scan around the yard anytime I want. I know pretty much who's here and when they are here, and it's recorded as well. So it gives you a little bit of leeway to relax, that you know that everything's kind of okay. But when we talk about home security and farmyard or business security, there's lots of options. You've seen the cameras there that Stephen showed. There's another one that is quite good, and that's a license plate reader, and a lot of people just ask about that.
Yeah, the AMPR, number plate recognition.
What's the name of it?
AMPR.
AMPR.
Yeah, number plate recognition.
How does it work?
Great camera.
Okay.
Night time, if someone came up with the full headlights on, even on a lorry, doesn't matter. It's going to get that plate.
Yeah, because that's what I
all
see.
it wants is the plate.
Not a lot of night visions there. You'll see you have that glare of the lights, and you don't see the registration.
You'll be blinded. So number plate cameras, that's what it's made for.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, you'll have a number plate also with another camera on top, getting an overall view.
Oh yeah, of the vehicle as well. Yeah.
Again, I've done a few gates where with number plate camera, where the number plate camera recognises the plate and opens the gate. It's
amazing what can be done. The technology has come on so much in the last few years. But another thing I wanted to mention, Stephen, there is PSA registered. So to fit security cameras and things like that, you have to be PSA registered. So if you're looking to get a camera fitted, whether you want a price or a quotation, you can contact Stephen yourself. I'll put a link to all his different social media Sites that he's on: Facebook, TikTok. I've just talked on TikTok, he's on it now too, and Instagram and a few other places. It'll all be there on the video's description, so you can go and check them out. So that's Stephen gone there now. Hopefully you've seen something that'll suit your farm. Now before he left, I asked him to leave me a few clips just of jobs that he's doing. He's always sharing clips of the cameras actually working on his Facebook page, so it's worth going over there and just giving it a check. But I'm going to share with you a few clips now of the PTZs, the same camera that I have, in action. So one of my voiceovers, you're blessed. This man here is trying to find an envelope he lost a few years ago. He's making good headway, so that's all that matters. This is an install that Stephen done locally. I asked him to share me a few clips just to show you the PTZ in action. You can see immediately how clear it is. And it just covers such a big area. So this is the camera that I have. I've actually got two of them. You'll see it zoomed into this Angus calf now in a second. So you can no problem reading tag numbers. Absolutely no problem. For the sheep men, every bit is handy. It's nice to have that clear vision now. As you zoom into this straw, you get a good idea what that's like. So you're not going to miss anything. You're definitely going to see everything that's happening. So the camera just doing a complete spin around now. So he's going to zoom into one of these animals' heads in a minute. See how clear that is. There's Mary. Well, Mary, how's the form? So we're going to go over here now and have a quick look at the tag numbers on the back of this one. You're not supposed to be in that pen. Get out. So here's a nice Charlie calf. You can see again, calf sucking. Nice to be able to check these things. This is what it's all about. This is what makes the camera so good. First thing that struck me about this clip is how good this shed looks. It's an amazingly well laid out shed. But one thing I will say, it's very important where you put your camera, so always get good advice. Stephen's there, he knows his job now, he's fitting them every day, but just fitting the camera in the right place is very important. It'll save you money in the long run because you'll not have to put in a second camera. Nice looking cattle here too. Bid. They do well in the mart. So we're switching over to night vision now, just to give you an idea on it. So what you're looking at now is pure infrared, no lights whatsoever on in this shed. So you get used to night vision. It takes a wee while to get used to what you're looking at, but it is clear. If the lights come on that shed now, the whole thing would instantly change the colour. So this camera is, again, the PTZ. It's the one I would recommend. If you really want a good camera to start off with, PTZ is the way to go. I cannot recommend it enough because I've had mine for several years now, and I put in a second one based on how good the first one was. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Straight back into moving these calves. So we're over here in what we call our backfield. It's about 4 acres, in around 4 acres, a little more maybe in this field here. This is the field you would have seen us with the mower cutting out for our bales. It's cut now about 12-13 days. Look at the covers on it. It's just walking it. It's a phenomenal growth at the minute, and it's actually so warm as well. Really humid. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let the calves in here. They have their area well lit. I'm going to get the sprayer in there and spray some Dawkins as well. They're only starting to come now, but it's time to get them moving. It's absolutely brilliant weather. It's after a big shower of rain there, and the heat is incredible. Lovely. Great to get it in the month of September, especially when the ground is still so dry. This time last year, I think the ground was saturated and it was miserable. So it's such a nice thing to get a break every now and again, and we are getting that break. So let's get these calves in. I'll stick the drone in the area, see it from above. Let's get at it.